In 2006, the book The Secret transformed a niche spiritual concept into a global phenomenon. Nearly 2 decades later, manifestation remains an internet obsession, appearing in millions of posts and vision boards every day. The underlying promise is simple. If you hold a specific desire in your mind with enough emotional intensity, you exert a pull on the universe. Think of a goal often enough, and the universe is supposedly obligated to deliver it. This presents a logical problem. If the law of attraction is a physical constant of our universe, like gravity, it must be predictable and absolute. It should work for every person who applies the force. Yet the data of daily life contradicts this. Millions of people visualize wealth or career success with extreme focus, only to find their material reality unchanged year after year. This widespread failure suggests that pop culture manifestation is a broken machine. It lacks the critical mechanical component that actually connects a thought to a result. To find that missing gear, we have to look past spiritual metaphors and examine the biological hardware inside our own heads. Neuroplasticity shows us that your brain cannot easily distinguish between a vivid imagination and a physical reality. When you repeatedly visualize a goal, you are physically carving a new neural pathway, essentially building a high-priority map for your mind to follow. This map's engine is the reticular activating system. Sitting at the brainstem, it filters out 99% of sensory data. Acting like a social media algorithm, it tracks your repeated thoughts, then highlights real-world content that matches those exact patterns. This is why after you spend hours researching a specific car you want to buy, you suddenly start noticing that exact model in every parking lot and on every billboard. The cars didn't suddenly appear because you thought about them. They were always there, but they were part of the 99% of data your brain was previously deleting. This is the biological reality of manifestation. The RAS doesn't summon objects. It provides a heightened state of awareness that allows you to see opportunities that were previously invisible. It builds the map, though it doesn't move your feet. If your focus is correctly aligned, your RAS becomes a powerful engine for discovery, revealing the specific hidden paths required to reach your goal. Even with this biological engine primed to spot opportunities, many people still find themselves unable to make progress. To understand this stalemate, we can look to the 3,000-year-old Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, which describes a concept that predates modern neuroscience. The text speaks of an inherent nature, the core of who you are, shaped by genetics and early experiences. A manifestation trap occurs when your conscious desires spin one direction, while your inherent nature pulls the other, grinding your progress to a halt. Consider an introvert whose genetics and history have programmed them for solitary, independent work. If they try to manifest a career as a famous, high-energy public speaker, they are fighting their own internal wiring. Success becomes possible only when that person aligns their desire with their nature, for instance, aiming to become an influential author or researcher, where their solitude becomes a strength. Trying to manifest a life that contradicts your biological and psychological temperament creates constant internal friction. Your brain's filtering engine will inevitably fail if you attempt to steer it toward a goal that your fundamental identity is programmed to reject. This reveals why passive visualization often leads to nothing. A neural map for a new business is useless if your core nature is terrified of risk or hates the daily tasks of management. True manifestation requires a rigorous alignment. You must use your RAS to find the opportunities, but your physical actions must be supported by your inherent nature to sustain the effort. The foundation of this process is profound self-awareness. You have to know the specific materials your true nature is built from before you can decide what kind of life you can realistically construct with them. This involves the difficult, quiet work of self-observation and meditation to distinguish between your actual needs and the superficial desires you've picked up from others. When you try to manifest someone else's dream, your own biology acts as the ultimate gatekeeper, preventing you from ever gaining momentum. When your authentic identity and your brain's filtering system finally pull in the same direction, the fog of indecision clears. You see the path, your nature allows you to walk it, and the world finally